You're listening to From Find to Fabulous podcast, where we explore energy, mindset, spirituality, and all things woo. I'm Michelle, here with Dylan and Wright, and together we are on this journey with all of you to transform our lives from mundane to magical. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
I made it.
How's it going?
Good.
Tell me something good.
I have a lot of gas in my car right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's funny how my instant reaction was good, but then I was like, well, what's really good?
I had a breakfast taco.
I did. Yeah, I had coffee.
Great.
Those are good things, right?
Yeah.
Little things, but good things.
Yeah. I like to try to shift when I ask people instead of how are you? Because that most everybody's going to say, oh, I'm good, but busy. I'm really busy, but I'm good. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of that, just say, oh, tell me something good. Because most of the time our brains go to the stuff
I didn't have anything good to say.
That's not so great. It's hard to think of something good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's because we just live our lives in overwhelm and stress and all of that. So I just threw you a loop, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
Whoa.
it made me think of it differently.
Yeah. I'm good, but not really.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. So how good are we really? Is you ever notice any tension in your jaw?
Yeah.
Your shoulders up around your ears?
I need to get a massage.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Fantastic.
I don't like massages.
So that's oh yeah, I forgot about that with you.
But that's
True.
double bad.
What does that mean?
We're trying to talk about something good here.
Yeah, you're just stressed and and you don't like people relieving your stress.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, it sounds miserable.
It is. That's why, I wake up daily and, I might feel bad, but then I'm like, you know what? If I died today, I'm totally okay with that. And then the day gets easier.
That's a pleasant thought.
Well, I mean, I'm content.
Yeah.
The life is nothing but a struggle anyways. What's the afterlife?
You just asked the universe to show you more and more struggle.
No, I'm going to die on the way home. Watch.
Oh my God.
Let's not go there.
Hey, I heard you wanted to see the afterlife.
Well,
Well,
I'm going to text you later and you're going to be like, Dylan, stay in the night.
I think it's really interesting, where we've gone with this conversation, because the topic I wanted to talk about today is about how stress has become our baseline.
Oh, I'm going to have to check out from this conversation.
Maybe you'll come out with something that could actually help you, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean,
like a bonus.
It sounds like someone's really stressed.
I mean, it's like a stress that I don't pay attention to.
Oh.
And I think that's probably the case with a lot of people, because it's become our normal, and so we just don't really think about it anymore, because it's just become so normal to us that it's just part of our everyday living. And
it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. And I think that there are ways that we can, try to, one, recognize it, and two, once you recognize it and you can pinpoint it, we always have a choice, right? And so I think we've talked about that in the past, where, sometimes we think we don't have a choice on something, but we always have a choice. And so, I think part of it is that, stress used to be things that occurred, like, I don't know, if there's a tiger chasing you, or if there's a big storm or whatever. But now it's just part of, every day. And I think that,
you said a tiger chasing you?
Yeah. I'm talking about.
That's stressful.
Wait, yeah, that is stressful.
It's like
right?
what it's supposed to be.
Because tigers can climb trees too. So even if you get up in a tree,
you can't even get up a tree.
Yeah. It's just gonna come right up.
And not to minimize, a tiger is a pretty extreme thing to happen, but and not to minimize everything else. But what do you think the main difference is between a stress or stress and anxiety?
My anxiety.
Well,
Because I think I get them confused.
I think stress is just like, based on our normal everyday pressures, but anxiety, I think, kind of builds and almost feels like it might overtake you, and it can have like physical symptoms, and maybe stress can too, but it sometimes maybe comes out of nowhere. And usually anxiety is based on a fear,
Okay.
and a fear of like
What could
what
happen?
could happen, what might happen. Whereas maybe stress is more about what's happening now that's causing the thing to begin with, maybe.
Okay.
And I'm no expert, but that's
Yeah,
just
I mean, I was just
my own internal thought on that.
I feel like they can be used interchangeably sometimes.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like sometimes anxiety just like builds and builds, and can, to some people who truly experience anxiety, it could feel like it's a very physical, you know, issue in their body. Um, but I mean, our topic today is about how our stress in life has become so normalized to us that it's our new baseline. And the issue with that is our bodies weren't built to live that way. Because when you think about that, it's kind of like, we're either in fight or flight mode all the time, which is not something that we were built to sustain. And so it's having all these impacts on all areas of our life, and not just our physical bodies, but all of it. So um, it's doing things, to our brains and our bodies, and
Is that why my brain hurts?
maybe
Mm.
our sense of self.
Yeah, who even made all these stupid rules in the first place?
I don't know, but we all just seem to go along with them
Yeah, what's that about?
without even really thinking about
I quit.
it. Giving it up right here, right now.
Right now, I quit everything.
Right now.
I quit this podcast.
What?
Well, I think that's. I mean, well, I mean, not to ignore what you just said, because that's a pretty big threat.
What?
You're leaving? Really?
No.
After all of this,
No.
our friendship just tossed away.
I'm not even your friend, dude.
I
don't even
know,
like
but
you.
I pretend.
Yeah. I'm done pretending. I'm sick of you.
I'm watching you derail in front of my eyes.
Stressed.
No, but as far as I guess what prompted the topic was how.
Who made the rules, right?
Yeah, who made the rules?
Who made the rules?
And how do we navigate it?
Yeah.
And do we have to navigate it?
I don't remember.
And does everyone navigate things differently? And if so, what works? What doesn't work?
Yeah, I would say so. I think everybody has their own ways of dealing with things. And I think ultimately, when we think about it, if we don't want to subscribe to this rule anymore, right? The question would be, how do we get out of just survival mode, but get to a state where we can actually thrive and, you know, overcome it rather than just go along with it because that's what we're used to doing. It's just become, a thing we do without thinking about it. It just is the way it is.
I think I answered my own question about the difference between stress and anxiety.
Mm.
My work is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
My work is anxiety. It's different. My work causes anxiety, but my work is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So like you were right as far as what's happening right now, the action.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I just did there? It causes stress. I threw something at her.
Well, if we don't want to live our lives where we just feel like stress is just part of it and it's just what we do and we're just going to put up with it, right? And we want to figure out a way that we can move away from that. I think, it's probably impossible to think that we could escape stress entirely, but maybe we could change our relationship to it. And so,
Or allow us to spend a little time thinking about it, but not all day.
yeah, and maybe find ways that we can kind of move through it to relieve the stress rather than just going, oh, this is just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, well, for me, I've noticed, and you mentioned this earlier, Dylan, but like being back doing the podcast after a pretty long break has actually helped me de-stress.
Yeah, I feel I, I feel like I just want to stay here and not go back to work.
Mm. I'm pretty sure she would let us.
I don't I don't think so. Not for free. I'd have to have a job.
Well, you can do 3D printing.
Sure. Not yet. I gotta figure that out first. I'd rather do anything but
There's
work for
always
somebody else.
possibilities, right? Always possibilities.
Yeah,
But
endless.
I think the issue with it is that, in our lives, we all deal with like endless notifications on our phones,
Yeah.
on our emails, on our, text messages, on our
Yeah,
whatever.
everybody always needs something.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah, so that leads to stress, right? We also have financial uncertainty. Look at what's going on in the world today. Look at inflation. Look at all of the things. Look at, interest rates and all of those things. So I feel like that leads to stress, financial uncertainty, performance metrics. What are we trying to, be measured on, or even our own self internal metrics that we think that we have to be a certain way, or we have to, treat people a certain way, or we have to make sure that we're putting others before us, or we need to make sure that we're constantly, being on for what everybody else needs, and what about the social comparisons? I mean, with
Oh, and online makes it so
with
much easier
yeah, the whole
or
online
harder.
thing and the social media and all of that, we used to not have that, but now, you know you're being compared to everybody else, or more importantly, you're comparing yourself to everybody else, and so you're putting that pressure on yourself as well. And there's just this, feels like there's just this pressure to be everything everywhere all at once. Like, we're all trying to manage these things, so no wonder we're stressed, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how does that relate to you guys?
I mean, I don't know. You're really talking me into just quitting my job and living like a hermit. Like I wouldn't mind doing
Living like
that.
a what?
Like a hermit,
Oh, a hermit.
Like I want to go and this is like something I've never been an outdoorsy person, but lately on YouTube I've been watching these guys. This guy that goes out in the woods and he has this backpack full of like saws and stuff, and he just builds like a little underground shelter and then lives in it.
And so he's totally disconnected from
Yeah.
phones and
But he's relying
internet.
Well,
on internet
he's
to
doing it for a
survive.
YouTube video, but he's
Oh,
got the skills to like set it all up.
okay.
And I mean, every day when all those stresses start hitting, and I'm just like, man, I really don't care about this stuff whatsoever. And being forced to do it is upsetting me. So I'll just leave my phone here, my computer, and I'll just go into the woods. I thought about doing it.
Hmm.
And so
Every
that's
day it
that.
gets closer and closer to reality. And I really want to go camping. I've never been camping. I want to go camping now.
Well, I think that's great, and I
I
think you should try
We're
it.
going
yeah.
camping.
I want to go be with nature and like,
We should get an Airbnb in West Texas.
Wow.
no, I want to go camping.
Well, you can go camping and
I
still
want
have.
an Airbnb.
I
Nice
think that's really
things.
interesting, Dylan, that you just said you want to be in nature.
Yeah, I'm tired of being like in a room with fluorescent lights and typing all day.
I
And
really
I can
feel
type.
like being out in nature, putting your feet on the ground, listening to the
Yeah,
trees.
like eat the bark off the tree or
Well, I
something.
don't know about that. But all of that stuff is very grounding and de stressing.
Like
You'll
live off the earth, you know?
I think you're onto something there. So we talked about before the lion or the tiger chasing you.
Yeah.
Your body responds to that, or in the same way as an inbox full of unanswered emails. So it's like the same thing. Your body doesn't realize it's still a threat to your body. So
Dang.
it's no wonder that you may be feeling
Can't get emails if you live underground.
sad. And well, that's true. That's true. So in our lives, we think we start saying that I would say we've all experienced this where we just start calling this stress and making it more normalized because we just call it like we're busy, right?
Yeah.
It's busy, or we're adulting, or it's just how things are.
Well, when it's growth at all costs, and even a percentage downtick is seen as a failure, like in terms of just economy and like how the world works,
Mm-hmm.
it's that eventually becomes unsustainable. I feel like
Right. And
because
that's,
now you're not growing or working hard to help your company grow in good ways. You're just trying to minimize the bad. Like you can only get so big before you have to start doing negative things to keep the trend going, right?
well, yeah. And I feel like all of that stress and that pressure um, never allows our bodies to fully power down. And so we're in this constant state of,
You're expected to produce at all times.
yeah. And ultimately, when we are operating in that way, I guess is how I would say it, we're really not being as productive as we could be. And we're not being as
Yeah,
creative as we could
yeah,
be,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Because you don't want to be there, so you're gonna do as little work as possible.
Yeah. And we're stuck in like fight or flight mode. Some of us usually either go into fight or flight mode or into freeze mode, one way or the other when you're under stress
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'm more like a possum.
So you freeze.
You just act dead.
I roll over and
See, I lash out. Like if my boss asks me for another thing, I'm gonna give it to them.
So, I mean, think about it though. Think about how all of the stress and the way that we experience this can affect us in all ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, right? So, in real life, people are experiencing persistent fatigue even after they've slept a night's sleep. They
Yeah.
that just means you care too much.
maybe, or you feel pressured into doing it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I only care about the stuff I care about. I only have to do other things because I have to, or else I can't buy food.
Which
It's a necessity to have these stresses in society now.
yeah.
In our society, we work to have money to have the things that we need to survive,
Right.
shelter, food, you know,
Like you have to do
all
that.
of those things. Right.
Yeah.
But, when we're living in a way where we're constantly turned, you know, on in terms of never being able to power down, like what we were talking about, and it's affecting our fatigue and our digestive issues and headaches and jaw pain from clenching our jaws and weakening our immune systems. And then mentally, it's brain fog and difficulty concentrating and racing thoughts, which is what producing anxiety, you know, reducing our creativity, all of these things. And then, emotionally, we're irritable. We're maybe numb. Some of us are just numbing ourselves. Um, Maybe the anxiety feels like it's just coming out of nowhere. And we have a shrinking sense of joy, right? But this has just become normalized. And that's the biggest issue. So, you know, I guess the thing is that when our nervous system is chronically stressed like that, there's no way we can thrive. And so, really, we're doing a disservice to ourselves and our jobs and our families because we just don't have the capacity to thrive under those circumstances,
Hmm.
right? So, what do we do about it? What
We
do we do about
sulk.
it? Hmm?
We sulk.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I was trying to tie it to caring too much, possibly, because that's something I can control.
I used to care.
Yes.
So if I can find a balance between caring and not caring,
Well,
instead
and
of just having extremes.
yes, and some of us, myself included in this, feel like the more I do for someone else or for whatever is a measure of my worth and makes me matter more, right? And because I had a childhood belief that I created, I think we've talked about this numerous times, that I didn't matter. And so for a lot of years, a whole lot of years. And I did it subconsciously, not even realizing that I was doing it and that I even had that belief. But it was just like, over giving, overdoing, over all of that because I wanted to matter. And I didn't realize that that was what it was. But, to me, it was just like, oh, work ethic, right? Be a good employee, allow your company to get the money's worth out of what they're paying you, or, whatever, right? Being ethical or being all of that. That's what I thought it was. But really, truly, what it was my own belief that I didn't matter. And so I pushed myself to overdo because I wanted to matter. And really, it wasn't making me matter to anybody else any more than, but it was making me think I mattered. You know what I mean? So it was like an internal thing. And so a lot of that stress and a lot of that pressure was self inflicted without realizing it. Like it was not in my conscious.
Do you think you wasted like a lot of time doing that?
Well, probably. And I definitely felt the stress of it all, you know? And then once you start realizing that, you know, you really can just be replaced tomorrow if you weren't there anymore,
Yeah.
right? And it's not about how much you were giving or how much you were doing that, and so the overdoing it was totally unnecessary, right?
Yeah, I
But
agree.
just, so the thing about it is, when we're stressing ourselves like that and our bodies are feeling that, we can't thrive. And so um we it's about, I guess, feeling safe. And so, because, the more you work, the more you have job security, or the more you work, then, like we said, we need jobs because we need money, because we need all the things that we need to survive, our shelter and our food and all of that. So I think maybe the key to this is, you know, trying to help ourselves realize that it's about safety and what can we do to help us feel more safe, because there's that fear of, oh, well, if I don't have a job, then I won't have food, or I won't be able to pay my bills, or I won't be able to, you know, do all of those things. So it's,
Fear.
yeah, fear
We talked about fear.
and your own beliefs about yourself are kind of, I feel like, what drives a lot of it. Like, we can say it's our jobs and we can say it's our whatever, but, and that's probably part of it, but I think a lot of it is self inflicted.
Mm.
We put the own pressure on ourselves because of something in our own belief system that's
Yeah.
driving us to do more, to do better, to overdo, to, like what we talked about before, what others think, or, whatever. I think that's a big part of it. So, and I think a lot of mindset around this, people be like, oh, just take a vacation, you'll feel better. Or
No, because at the end of the vacation, I'm like, I gotta go back to work now.
you
Well, it's
go,
even more stressful because you've missed a week,
Yeah.
and now you have to make
Now I have
up for
300
a
emails.
week. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
And
And
then,
what-
honestly, the vacation, I just won't come back.
well, that's why, and the only way to guarantee that is to buy a one way, so you save money and you don't come back.
Yeah, I would take all my money and go to like Yemen.
The woods.
Oh, Yemen, that's a good spot.
Where's Yemen at?
Well, they're bombing it right now.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
Hey, maybe not that.
Yeah, maybe not Yemen.
Become a Houthi.
I'm gonna go to. Oh no, they're the ones attacking the boats, man. I
Huh?
bet they got a lot of stress they're going through right now.
Yeah,
I mean, think about
Stress
it.
looks
yeah.
That
different.
sucks.
stress looks different.
See, they're
my
so stressed they gotta attack ships.
yeah,
Yeah. Stress is different for everybody.
yeah,
I
it's
feel
different.
like.
It can be anything from
I'm stressed about an email.
is there a small leak in my tire?
Yeah. Is my ship gonna get stolen from these pirates?
Yeah.
Am I a pirate? Are there gonna be guys with guns on this boat when I try to take it?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stressful things.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're, flying in and not taking a cruise ship into
Yeah.
Yemen.
No. But
Yeah. Well, and to your
everybody's got
point about
stresses.
not being able to relieve all that stress by taking a vacation or sleeping or, doing a yoga or meditation or whatever, the things that we usually say, oh, well, just do this and you'll feel better. But those things don't work because it's not the same as regulating your nervous system, right? Sleeping and resting aren't the same thing as learning how to regulate because, for example, you can lie on the couch and still be in fight or flight mode, right? So you're
Yeah.
resting, but you're still in fight or flight mode.
Is
Do
it
you have?
like when a
I feel.
dog is sleeping and then they start running in their sleep?
Oh, it's like dreaming, but I feel. I don't know. For me, I have to. It's almost more exhausting trying to regulate than it is to deal with the stress.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why do you think that is? Like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, like so you recognize the stress, which
Yeah.
is the first thing to do. I think
Yeah.
there was a time where I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like reacted.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can recognize it,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe that helps. But that takes energy
Yeah.
to recognize it,
Mm-hmm.
and then okay, like how do I navigate through this? So I think I need to make it more involuntary rather than voluntary. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Well, maybe it's like
but
at first when you try something new and whatever it is that you're going to try, maybe you don't know at first whether it's even working. So you feel like you're putting out more effort to do something, to try something that may not even be working.
right.
And so, then that probably is stressing you because you don't know if it's actually doing anything, but you're spending the time to do it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so it's like this cycle, right?
Everything is stressful.
Yeah. And I mean, like you can try doing meditation and still feel agitated, right? How many times have you tried to meditate and then your eyes are just being clenched shut, and your shoulders are going up to your ears, and you're like, okay, this is not working.
And then
Yeah.
somebody hits a gong and you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to look over and Dylan would be on the ground, like meditating on the floor at his old job.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
I was like, what are you talking about?
So I think the key to this is teaching your nervous system that it is safe again. Because I think our nervous systems don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And so that's why we keep going and going. So I think it's little things. I don't think it's anything huge, but again, as with anything, it's consistency. And so, you know, like looking at, like you said at first, recognizing it, right? We have
Mhm.
to recognize that we're there and that we're feeling overwhelmed and realizing, okay, am I one of those people that does fight or flight, or am I one of those people that just freezes?
I'm too tired to
Right?
run.
So you become aware, right? And then when you become aware, that creates a choice. Because remember, a lot of times we feel like there's no choice. This is just the way it is. It's just life. This is, it's become so normalized that we just are like, oh, well, that's just how it is. But when we know that we have a choice and then we make a choice, that starts creating the safety for our nervous system. So, and there's simple little things you can do. So, like if you're starting to feel super stressed and you know you're stressed at work, one little simple thing you can do is take a deep breath in, and then when you let it out, make your exhale longer than your inhale. So, if you breathe
In for 2, out for 4.
and then,
I do that a lot.
yeah.
I'm
So,
like,
that is something
I have a sticker on my keyboard.
that regulates
I do this.
your nervous system.
There you go.
Another very simple thing you can do is just notice the feeling of your feet on the ground. Oh, that's good. You have something on your desk that says inhale,
Hold,
hold,
exhale, hold.
Yeah, I do that on my way to work in the mornings.
Yeah, actually, I think you taught me
Yeah.
breathing,
Mhm.
and yeah, actually, in the early days of the podcast, I remember talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and just sitting back and breathing.
Yeah.
Man, I have gotten away from doing all of that
See,
stuff.
we forget because life gets so busy. And we
Yeah.
just are in the habit of just going and doing and doing and doing, and we forget all the little things. So that's just a very simple thing that you can do to implement. Like I just said, feel your feet on the ground. Like notice your feet touching the ground, right? Because sometimes when we're so absorbed in what we're doing and feeling all the stress and being under it, we don't even realize that we're like grounded to the earth. We're just, bouncing all over the place. But if we can really feel the weight of yourself underneath whatever it is you're sitting on, or standing on or whatever, so that you really feel that connection. And it's especially powerful if you can do it outside.
Yeah,
Dylan, to your
it's
point,
definitely important
getting
to,
out in
yeah.
nature, and if you can put your bare feet on the ground in the grass or whatever, that's really powerful as well. And then if you can just do some gentle movements instead of like a super heavy, intense workout, going for your walks, Dylan. Remember how great you were feeling when you were doing that? Or just do some simple, like, head rotations at your desk or whatever, where you just, go back and forth or side to side. That I think that's something super simple that we can do. And then another thing you can do is orienting yourself to your environment and just naming what is safe right now in this moment. And all of those simple little things can help regulate your nervous system to help you break out of that pattern of that stress that you've just been, mindlessly been going through and putting up with. And when your nervous
Yeah.
system is regulated, then you do things more efficiently. Your body works more efficiently. Your brain works more efficiently. You can be more creative. You can connect with people and with hobbies and things more deeply. You're not distracted by all the millions of emails you have to answer or all the, things you should be doing that you're not doing because you're enjoying doing this hobby right now, you know?
Yeah.
So delete all your old emails and start new.
Well, I just ignore them all, and if they follow up, then it's important. That's how I live life now.
And just remember, when you're doing those little things to help regulate your nervous system, that it's like building a foundation. So when those big stressors do come,
Foundation.
yeah,
That's what I talked about last time.
then you're more equipped to deal with it.
Yeah, man, I can't believe I forgot about breathing.
You know?
Like I do that every day, and I
Yeah.
totally forgot to just like take steps back. That's why I miss working together, because it was like every day I heard
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Now
So,
it's like
yeah.
it's
And
not.
Working from home is definitely a different vibe.
Yeah,
and it's like
I do like it, but
yeah. But we get so caught up in what we're doing, and like you said, being by yourself all the time, you get out of the rhythm that you were in.
Yeah.
We fall
Like I've
back
been
into,
wearing these pants since Christmas.
I don't want to know.
I'm just kidding.
I don't fit in most of my clothes anymore.
Well, new year, new start. It's a 1 year.
They don't deserve you.
What?
Those clothes don't deserve you if they don't fit you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I think that if we can figure out ways to remind ourselves of the old things that we've tried in the past that we forget about, that can help us regulate ourselves, and then recognize when we're caught up in it and ask ourselves, where can I add moments of downshift to my day, right? Sometimes we just need to downshift,
Yeah. Don't have
right?
to turn off. Don't have to
Yeah,
take an extreme. It can just be a small
right.
change.
And your body's always giving you signals. So where are you overriding those signals that your body's giving you? You know?
Mm. Yeah.
Because if we're constantly just overriding it and not trying to get back in our rhythm and regulate ourselves, we're never going to thrive, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather thrive than just survive. And so, thriving, I think, feels like um, having capacity instead of feeling like you're going to collapse all the time, right? Responding instead of reacting, feeling grounded even when life is messy, even when there's chaos going on around us, even when it's stressful when your systems don't work at work, or even when it's stressful when, you know, society is having a huge um, protest and people are getting killed. And I mean, we are attuned to all of these things all the time, right? So if we can get ourselves into our habits again of the rhythm of making sure that we're doing things to help ourselves regulate, we have more capacity to deal with all those messy things in life. And then we also get to experience some joy without feeling like we have to get everything done first. We can do that hobby and not stress out the whole time, or we can take that vacation not stressing out the whole time about what we're going to be faced with when we get back.
Yeah. I need a vacation. Dang.
So I think part of, I guess maybe if we could sum this up, we
Yeah.
could say that the ability to be present in your life and not just surviving your life is
I thought survival was the whole thing.
what we're striving for.
Well, we recently got like consciousness, so it was survival previously, but now we can think about it.
Yes.
And the crazy thing about thinking about it is, we're just like stardust thinking about other stardust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like we have the capacity to think. That's shouldn't have been happening.
Well, I think the first thing I kind of thought and held on to was like regulating is an action.
Mm-hmm.
So taking an action
Mm-hmm.
and gaining a little bit of control of the situation.
Yes.
Not complete control, because usually when I take complete control, I mess it up. So just enough control to like bring myself back to a healthier baseline. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I let Jesus take the wheel so I can blame him when I crash.
oh boy, do you have insurance?
I got.
I wonder how that would work.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
What if I say Jesus hit me?
Would you take him to court? I don't know.
I don't know.
On that note,
Just remember that your nervous system is not the enemy, and it's just trying to protect you in this world where we rarely slow down.
yeah. Except now it's not a tiger; it's an email.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it needs to get out of the way so I can be productive.
Exactly. Yeah, and thriving doesn't mean you have to fix yourself, right? There's really nothing to fix, but it's just about beginning to create enough space for yourself to kind of soften. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw.
Can't.
Take a breath, and then
Relax your shoulders.
yeah. And then I feel like once we start just getting back in the rhythm of doing that, we're relieving so much of our stress and actually getting ourselves back to a place where we can be, you know, more productive, more creative, more joyful, more all of the things we really truly want, because I feel
Yeah.
like we just forget. We get in our old habits, we get in the old patterns, and we just start, pedal to the metal, go, 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 and just forget to just breathe, take a breath.
Yeah, I gotta get back to breathing.
Yeah.
I typically breathe pretty heavy once I go upstairs. That's a new thing. That's like
You
a
know
new
what's
thing
making
for
me breathe heavy right now?
What?
The excitement of pulling a card.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do
all
it.
right.
All right. Let's see. We'll use the quantum oracle this time. Sandra Ann Taylor.
Oh, okay. What we got? What we got?
All right. Let's see. I'm just going to ask what we need to know right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, you need to breathe. And so I'm gonna breathe.
I bet it's going to be 3.
What? The 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2.
2.
Oh.
I thought it was 3 too, right? Okay, we got 2 cards.
Okay.
We got one. Okay, so this deck is divided up into like categories. So we got a category about intention, and then we got a category about consciousness.
I intend to be conscious.
And the intention card we got is called playing it safe. And the consciousness card we got is optimism. So let's see.
Playing it safe?
Yeah. So let's read that one first.
Well, we were
So
just
we've got
talking about
intention.
feeling safe, but this is
No,
playing it
feeling
safe.
stressed. I feel stressed.
Okay, here we go. Intention, playing it safe.
Mm.
So on this card, it's got a woman sitting at a little table. It looks like outside in a garden, and she's got a little white picket fence,
White?
a little white picket fence
Oh, wow, that's cool.
surrounding her. Off in the distance, it looks like there's mountains and lots of trees and fireworks. So for the visual
Oh, so it's 4th of July.
on the card. So it says a woman sits at a table in a fenced in yard. In the distance, fireworks light the sky. The woman seems comfortable, lounging in her lovely garden, but ignoring the world outside the fence. Her situation may be adequate, but really, she's missing out on all the joy and excitement beyond her known environment. This reflects a present mindset or situation for you. There's a circumstance, a relationship, or even a place that you are choosing to stay in out of familiarity, inhibition, or self doubt. Maybe that place is stress. You're
Hmm.
making the assumption that something familiar is predictable and therefore safe, but that's not necessarily the case. In fact, you may actually be limiting yourself and also limiting the joy you could be experiencing in your life. Only when your choice to stay is based on a sense of genuine joy and a feeling of self honor does this decision resonate with your heart. It's time to look at all your options and know that you are resourceful enough to break through the fence of your own making. The abundantly beautiful world is yours for the taking. Join the celebration.
Celebrate. Well,
Gonna
if you don't
play it
know,
safe.
yeah, if you don't know that there's walls around you, then
Right. Just like if we don't realize that the stress of the world has become our new baseline and we just go along with it,
oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
right?
That's a good
Today, I choose not to go along with it.
today
That's great.
I choose I'm fluid.
Okay, let's see what our other card is. Consciousness. Consciousness. Let me find it.
The
I
card
move
numbers
like
are 1 and 6.
water. That's 7.
Mhm.
17.
What?
Here we go. Consciousness.
If you add them together,
Optimism.
it's 8.
It says a woman looks joyously at a sunrise over a beautiful valley. Abundant fruit hangs on the trees that surround her. This is a card of great value and achievement. Your reality is shifting in a much more positive direction. Look for an exciting new development in money, romance, or your career. This could also manifest as a personal accomplishment or a creative success. Old blocks are falling away, and you are choosing to see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's an increased optimism taking hold in your attitude, and you finally determine to raise your consciousness to a more positive outlook. This reveals a much more beneficial mindset that you may have had in the past than you may have had in the past. Your attitude of optimism ensures that a very bright future, perhaps one you may not have been expecting, is on its way.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe that's all about when we stop just going along with all of this normalized stress and we start taking the actions to thrive, we have so many more opportunities and possibilities that will open up for us.
I like it.
Yeah, life's a garden. Dig it.
I love it.
And you get to pick what you put in it.
And
I want strawberries.
great. And
Yeah.
just remember, you all deserve more than survival. You deserve a life that feels livable.
And
So
pizza.
go out and create it.
I love pizza. Well,
I think I've had enough.
I'm going to go create my reality.
Let's do it.
You know what? I'm going to open up my white picket fence and leave.
Fencing yourself in.
I'm jumping off the porch.
Into the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Into the unknown without a map.
Yeah, I'm in the deep end.
You can go any direction you want.
Oh God, I can't swim.
No. I'll throw you a life jacket.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I'm out of here.
All right,
All
sounds
right.
good. I'll see you next
Bye,
time.
guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We are truly grateful for each of you. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to follow us on whatever platform you are listening. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please consider leaving a review. If you're listening on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when new episodes are released. Please also leave comments. We would love to know what you think. You can also share this with someone that you think might enjoy our content. Any interaction with the channel truly helps it grow. You can also email us at michelle@fromfinetofab.com, and that's Michelle with 2 L's. Until next time, be fabulous. This podcast is meant for entertainment purposes only. We are not medical, legal, or financial professionals, so always consult a qualified expert before making any changes to your life.